The February PSEI rebalancing is right around the corner, and in about 2 to 3 weeks, magkakaroon tayo ng reshuffling ng index natin. So magkakaroon ng bagong set ng 30 stocks, no, that will represent the overall market. So ano ba yung mga changes na pwedeng mangyari? Ano ba yung stock na matatanggal? At anong stock ba yung bagong idadagdag sa PSEI? So if you're new to the Philippine stock market and you don't have an idea what the PSEI is or what PSEI rebalancing is, I've actually created a more comprehensive video talking about these topics. So you can click towards the upper right para sundan yung video na yun sa link, or you can check sa description box below. So much better kasi na mapanood mo yung video na yun, so you have a very good understanding on what the PSEI rebalancing is before you watch this video. But if you already know kung ano yung rebalancing and would just like to find out kung anong pwedeng mangyari this coming February, then continue to watch this video. So how do we know which stocks are going to be removed or added? So, hindi naman tinatago ng PSE kung paano nila kino-compute or ano yung criteria nila, no, for judging these stocks, kung paano nagkakaroon ng removal or addition. So, here's a section dun sa policy nila on index management. And the most important line kasi dito is this one here sa middle, no, na nakalagay, a company shall be inserted in the PSEI if it rises to the 25th position and above by full market capitalization. So, ang gusto lang naman sabihin nito, kung sa kabuuan ng stock market natin, merong isang stock na yung market capitalization niya umabot sa top 25 by full market capitalization, pwede na siyang i-consider, no, para idagdag sa PSEI. And meron pang mga ibang criteria na ginagamit, no, pero isa to sa mga pinaka-importante. So, if this stock goes to the 25th position or higher, it shall replace the company that ranks the lowest. So, ibig sabihin yan, matatanggal yung number 30. So, currently, what stocks compose the PSEI? So the 30 stocks or the 30 issues that you're seeing here are currently part of the PSEI, no, the PSE index. Pero itong mga names na to, naka-alphabetical lang siya. So I'm going to rank them based on their market capitalization dated December 29 or the last trading day of the past year. So if you're going to see dito sa rank na to, it's in billions, no? So number 1 is ICT with more than 1 trillion in market capitalization, no? And we can also see here yung other big names na nasa loob ng top 5. So that's SM Investments with 800 plus billion, BDO with 700 billion, SMPH with more than 600 billion, and Meralco nearing 650 billion, no? And yung sa bottom 5, that's AGI with 72 billion, Plus with 76.45, Monday with 103, ASEN with 108, and Pure Gold with 110. So earlier, sabi sa policy nila, a company shall be inserted in the PSEI if it rises to the 25th position. So ibig sabihin pala, kung wala namang isang stock na magiging sobrang ganda ng performance, pwedeng walang mangyaring adjustment, no? Kasi walang stock na gumanda para mag-decide yung PSE na kailangan natin ipasok to sa index, no? But the thing is, if we're going to look sa 25th spot, you can see that the market cap is 113 billion, no? So, ang ibig sabihin lang naman nito, kung merong stock na by December 29, yung market cap niya nasa 114 billion, pwede siyang i-consider na ilagay sa index if it also fulfills other additional criteria, no? And ito nga, no, nagkataon last month na meron ngang stock na sobra pa sa 114 billion yung naging market cap niya. And walang iba kung hindi RCR or the Robinsons Land Company REIT stock, no? And last month, yung market cap ng RCR nasa 156.78 billion. So, if the 25th spot is nasa 113 billion lang, yung RCR actually is nasa in between ng AEV tapos CBC, no? So, Aboitiz and China Bank kasi kung titingnan nyo yung market capitalization nila, 157 tapos 153. So, nasa gitna dapat niyan yung RCR, no? So, kung na-fulfill ng RCR yung criteria na 25 spot and above, ibig sabihin lang nun, matatanggal yung lowest, no? But if we're going to look kasi dito sa ranking, we can see that Plus and AGI, yung nasa 29 and 30, tapos yung pinagkaiba nila in terms of market cap, yung Plus 76 tapos yung AGI 72, no? So, strictly speaking, AGI yung nasa 30 pero malapit sila. So, ibig sabihin, dito sa 30 stocks na to, yung medyo delikado is yung AGI tapos yung Plus, no? Again, if we're just going to strictly follow yung sinabi nila dun sa policy on index management, yung lowest talaga yung matatanggal. And in this case, that's AGI. But if you're going to check yung iba pang pages dun sa index management nila, may mga iba pa kasi silang details or may mga iba pa silang criteria na pinagbabasihan kung ano yung mga stocks na kailangan tanggalin or deserving na ilagay. So, isang section dito sa document na to with regards to removal and replacement, nakalagay dito na a company shall be removed from the list of the constituents if any of the following events occur. And ito sa letter C, the constituent ceases to have a reliable price or in the opinion of the PSE Management Committee, has ceased to be a viable index constituent. So I think malakas yung basehan natin pagdating dito sa market capitalization. Pero ultimately, since the PSE is the governing body of the Philippine stock market, may say talaga sila, no, sa pwedeng mangyari kung ano ba yung stock na dapat tanggalin. And fairly recently lang, no, naglabas yung bilyonaryo na website ng, pwede nating sabihin na blind item, pero kung titingnan mo, parang isa lang naman talaga yung sinisingle out niya na story, no? So, it says here that yung headline sa article, bingo na sana, former market darling nosedives as flood control key player rushes for the exit. So, if this is the case wherein mataas talaga yung chance na AGI yung matatanggal, kung pag-uusapan natin strictly pagdating sa market capitalization, and may onting chance na plus, no, depende sa mangyayari in the coming trading days or weeks. So, ano ba yung pwedeng mangyari dito sa AGI plus and of course RCR? So, pag-uusapan ko yan maya-maya sa chart. But before we go to the charts, let's see what happened, no, during the last rebalancing para may basis tayo kung ano yung mga nagiging galaw when certain stocks are included or removed, no? So that you'll have an idea on how this affects movement in stock price. So, the last time that the PSE did a rebalancing, so around first week ng August yan. So, ito nga, no, nakalagay dyan, yung tinanggal nila is Bloom, tapos yung dinagdag nila is Plus. So, puntahan natin muna yung chart ng Bloom. So, andito na tayo sa chart ng Bloom and pupuntahan lang natin yung date kung saan nagkaroon ng announcement, no, na official yung PSE. So, eto siya, nilagyan ko ng vertical line. And ano yung nakikita natin dito during the time wherein Bloom was announced na i-remove nga, no? We can see that the prices dropped by nearly 23%. So, a little more than 22% pero not more than 23%, no? So, nangyari yon sa loob ng isang buwan. Nag-drop siya ng ganung level. And eventually, naka-recover yung stock and actually binalikan niya yung price na kung saan nangyari yung announcement, no? Kasi 3.74, 3.80 yung price levels nung Bloom during that time and nalagpasan niya nga, no? And after that, dumire-diretso pa rin pababa yung stock. But what I want you guys to look at is what happened dito sa stock even before the announcement. So August 8 yung announcement, but you can see na even before the announcement, the price was already dropping, no? So somehow you could say that the market participants, no, whether traders yan or mga investors, were already pricing in na mataas yung chance na Bloom yung matatanggal. So habang wala pa masyadong nangyayaring announcement at sobrang lakas na bentahan, no, yung mga traders or investors na nag-anticipate na yun yung mangyayari, nagbebentahan na sila. That's why you see that the stocks are already going lower even before the announcement happening. So, puntahan naman natin ngayon yung plus. So, for plus naman, so ilalagay ko dito yung time na kung saan may announcement. So, August 8, yung price nasa 27. And what can we see here? At these price levels, tumaas pa yung stock ng nearly 26%, no, in a span of 2 or 3 trading days. Pero eventually, nagkaroon lang din ulit ng bentahan and the price is even much lower, no, today. And ano yung makikita natin dito before the announcement? So, from the lows of the stock nung August 1, the price already increased nearly 38%, no, more than 37%. So, pwede rin nating masabi na na-anticipate ng mga traders or mga investors that plus yung papasok sa index inclusion pag natanggal yung bloom, no. So, nag-anticipate sila at nag-take sila ng risk na pinasok agad nila yung plus despite wala pang clear na announcement, and they were able to profit or maximize that move. So, they took a high risk and they were rewarded because they entered earlier, no, before the announcement came. So, knowing these things, no, hindi ko naman sinasabi na kapag ang isang stock natanggal sa PSEI, automatic magdadrop siya ng more than negative 20%, no. That's not how it goes. Or di kaya pag usap-usapan na yung isang stock papasok sa index, pag pumasok na siya, automatic tataas siya ng more than 20%. So, hindi ganun. It's just that mataas yung chance na magkaroon ng buying pressure whenever a stock is included in the index. At mataas yung chance na magkakaroon ng selling pressure when a stock is removed from the index. And this is because certain funds, no, like tracker funds na mga mutual funds actually follow itong PSEI. So, ibig sabihin, kapag may stock na na-include sa index, no choice sila kung hindi bilhin itong mga stocks na to. At kapag naman may stock na natanggal sa PSEI, itong mga fund managers ng mga funds na to that track the index, mapipilitan din silang ibenta. So, nagkakasabay yung selling pressure ng retailers at ng ibang investors tapos ng mga mutual funds. So, that further increases selling pressure. Or, kung nagkasabay yung buying pressure ng investors at ng traders, retailers, kasabay ng mga funds, then syempre we can expect that the move is much larger. So again, if you want a more comprehensive discussion on this topic, panoorin nyo yung what is PSEI rebalancing video na sinabi ko. So now, puntahan natin yung AGI, no? So for AGI, ito yung nakikita natin na price level niya sa ngayon, 7.74. So yung announcement syempre ng PSE, lalabas pa yan February pa, no? So kung i-assume lang natin na andito na yung price na magstay siya dito hanggang next week or 2 weeks from now, lalagyan ko lang ng horizontal line. So ano ba yung mga possible price areas kung saan pwedeng makahanap ng support yung AGI, no? In the event na siya nga talaga yung matanggal sa PSEI. So, this is a previous resistance before, yung 7.44 na price area. So, ito pa lang mismo, no? Possible support area na to. So, kung dito lang yung prices maglalaro, if the stock drops further to this level, that's just a negative 4% drop. So, kung maging strong support level itong price na to, then pwedeng hanggang dito lang yung punta ng AGI, no? In the event na siya nga yung matanggal. But after this, ano pa ba yung next na possible support? So, we can see that there's a swing low, no? Sa areas na to, dalawa. So, that's around 6.40. Tapos, this 52-week low sa 6.20. So, ibig sabihin, kung sobrang lakas talaga nung selling na mangyari, pwedeng puntahan yung prices na to after a few days or after a few weeks, di ba? Kasi kung susundan lang natin yung mga previous na mga rebalancing na nangyari, di ba? Halos nagdo-drop ng 20% yung prices. So, at these levels, nasa 17% tapos 19%. So, worst case scenario siguro, no, na umabot pa yung prices dito kung wala talagang buying pressure na pumasok. Pero ito, yung puntahan niya yung price na around 7.42, mataas yung chance na mangyari, no? Since it's just a 4% drop. Isipin mo, yung drop na yan, kahit walang rebalancing na mangyari, pwede. So, what more pa kung magkakaroon ng rebalancing? And the thing is, if we're going to look sa galaw ng stock, yung price niya actually umabot na ng 9, pero ngayon nasa 7.74 na lang. So, the stock has already dropped by negative 14%. So, probably, yung mga traders or investors are anticipating or factoring in already na AGI nga yung matatanggal kaya nag-drop na siya ng negative 14%, no? And I think the reason why the price is holding here is because merong previous resistance dito sa around 7.90. So, support level siya ngayon, kaya nag-hold yung prices near this level. So, kung magkataon na AGI talaga yung matatanggal, mas maganda na yung price maglaro na lang sa levels na to. And much better kung mas mataas pa sa 8, no? Kasi, kung hindi pa na-announce yung rebalancing, tas nabutas niya tong S1, sobrang taas talaga ng chance na ito yung price na puntahan niya eventually. Kasi, wala nang ibang strong na support eh. So, balikan natin yung plus. So, pagdating naman dito sa plus, yung next na support niya is 13.68. So, ito yung kanyang 52-week low. And nitong araw nga lang, no, January 21, kaka-breakdown niya lang sa small consolidation na ginagawa niya. So, ito kasi yung consolidation na kinecreate ng plus. And as you can see, nung January 19 tapos January 20, pumapasok pa siya dito sa loob ng consolidation, no? Pero itong 21, hindi na niya talaga kinaya. Malakas yung selling tapos lumabas na siya. So, this is the next support that's available. So, ano yung nakikita natin na galaw ng plus in the short term previously? So, yung peak talaga niya 28.26 tapos before going to this consolidation, it already dropped by nearly 43-44%, no? Pero itong buong January tapos around 3rd week of December, wala naman siyang ginawa kundi magkaroon ng consolidation, no? So unlike AGI, yung AGI clearly dropped talaga, yung plus nag-consolidate siya. So that probably means na mataas nga talaga yung chance na AGI yung lumabas, no? Kaso ayun nga lang, sa na-mention ko earlier, no, subjective pa rin na judgment ng PSE. Kung makita nilang hindi viable as an index inclusion ang isang stock, pwedeng ma-remove, no? So, ano ba yung dapat na abangan na levels dito sa plus in the event na siya yung matanggal, no? Sa maliit na chance na plus yung matanggal sa index. So, kung magbe-breakdown man siya dito sa 13.68, ano ba yung next na support? So, all we have to do is look towards the left and we can see here na meron actually previous consolidation itong plus sa level na to, no? So, ang naging support niya dito before is around 12.74 and after that, the next support is around 9.54 or pwede nating masabi na 10 na psych support, no? So, medyo malalim because at these levels sa 13.68, pwede pa pala siyang mag-drop ng around 8%. And if the level sa 12.70 makes a breakdown, then may potential pa palang umabot yung price sa level na to kasi ayun na yung next na support, no? So, not looking good sa plus. And I think, pag hindi nag-hold yung mga price levels na yan, regardless kung part siya ng index, baka magkaroon pa ng further na bentahan, no? And I think a very important level for plus is itong area na to. So, as you can see, meron kasi tayo ditong double bottom, no? Tapos, nagipan yung support level itong around 20 na price area. And kino-confirm yan ng resistance nung December 23 kasi hindi niya malagpasan yung price. So, I think what plus needs to do in order to somehow create a reversal or recovery is from these prices, no? Mag-hold na yung 13.68 tapos sometime in the future, no? Within 2 to 3 months, dapat mag-close na siya dito sa 20. Kasi kung hindi pa siya mag-close above 20, pwedeng gawin niya yung move lower or magtagal lang yung consolidation sa level na to. So, now puntahan natin yung RCR. So, for RCR, wala siya masyadong ginawa for the month of December at nitong buwan. So, as you can see, nasa loob lang siya nitong consolidation na to, no? But what's interesting is, around November, the price has increased. So, pwede ba nating masabi na nag-increase siya ng more than 10% because people were already anticipating that RCR yung magiging included sa index. So, it's very possible kasi last rebalancing nung August, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, toss up, no, between RCR and plus. So, nung plus yung napagbigyan na ipasok sa index, in a way, in-expect na ng mga market participants or ng mga investors na pag nagkaroon ng mahinang galaw sa stock market overall, mataas yung chance na yung RCR mapupunta sa 25th spot or higher. So, I guess yun yung mga naging thesis or trading plans, no, ng mga market participants, and I guess it's gonna pay off kasi parang undeniable na papasok talaga yung RCR this coming rebalancing, no? So for RCR naman, yung important areas na kailangan abangan dito, of course, is yung 8.19, and after that, yung kanyang 52-week high na double top, no, dito sa 8.30. So, the question is, kapag ba yung prices andito tapos na-include siya sa index, mag-i-increase ba siya ng 20% or more than kagaya ng ginawa ng plus, no? So, again, like what I said earlier, hindi natin sinasabi na pag ang stock na include sa index, automatic tataas siya ng 20%, 25%, 30%, no? It's just that mataas yung chance na magkaroon siya ng buying pressure because of the support from mutual funds and index tracker funds that are actually required to buy these stocks na sinama na sa index, no? So, hindi ibig sabihin na mag-increase sila by more than 20% kasi syempre, kung magbebenta pa rin talaga yung mga nakuha sa ilalim, so mind you, yung mga sumalo sa levels na to, during the time of this breakout, up na sila ng 15%, no? Tapos, kapag umabot yung stock ng around 9, magiging na silang up ng 25%. So, pwedeng may profit taking na mangyari dyan. So, makaka-encounter ng selling pressure yung stock. But, in the event nga na ma-include siya sa index, tapos mag-breakout siya dito, tingnan natin yung mga possible resistances na pwede niyang maging source ng selling pressure, no? So, if we look towards the left, we can see na merong consolidation before yung RCR sa levels na to. So, that's around 8.48 and 8.94 or the all-time high already of the stock. So, yan na yung ATH niya. So, ibig sabihin, ang kailangan abangan na prices dito for RCR in the event na mapasok na siya sa index tapos tumaas is yung kanyang 8.48 na area tapos 8.94 kasi it's both resistances. So, ang maganda mangyari dito sa RCR is malagpasan niya yung resistances na yan tapos ma-hold niya yung 9 na price area, no? Kasi, ibig sabihin nun talagang all-time high na naman yung stock and wala na siyang masyadong resistances. So, I think by then, it's just going to be interest rates at mga negative catalyst na directly related sa stock para mapababa pa siya, no? Kasi maganda na yung magiging galaw ng stock tapos wala pang masyadong resistances. So, I think that would be a good catalyst for the stock. So, unless magkaroon na naman ng issue sa markets natin, I don't see RCR going lower anymore. Lalo na at magiging part na siya ng index. Ito yung pinakita kong illustration kanina na kung saan nirank ko yung mga previously part ng PSEI, no, for December 29. So, kung ang naging basis ng PSE is yung closing prices ng December 29 when making their decisions, that would mean number 18 yung RCR. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, nasa gitna siya ng AEV tapos CBC. Tapos mawawala na yung AGI, no? So, it's going to be this in the event na AGI nga yung matanggal tapos RCR yung makapasok. So, the PSE makes revisions when it comes to the PSEI every February and August. Kaya nga, yung 2025, first week August, tapos itong malapit na is February, no? So, the big question is, if Plus stays below the 80 billion market cap or even goes lower, ano kaya yung mga stocks na pwedeng mag-replace sa kanya by August? As you all know, no, pagdating sa stock market, it's because of speculation that moves prices. So, kahit August pa yan, so that's between 6 to 7 months pa, it would be good na somehow ina-anticipate natin yung mga pwedeng mangyari, no? Kahit pa a few months pa siya pwedeng mangyari. So, eto nga, kung yung plus, magstay siya sa 80 billion market cap na below or bumaba pa, tapos maganda yung galaw ng mga ibang stocks, ano kaya yung mga stocks na may potential na pwedeng pumalit sa kanya, no? So, if you're going to do a little bit of research and titingnan nyo kung ano yung mga stocks na matataas yung market cap tapos magaganda yung liquidity, I'm sure that some of you will also come up, no, with these 6 stocks. And it's very important na mabantayan natin yung galaw ng mga stocks na to along with the bottom 5 of the index, no, by June and July, because dun magkakaalaman kung meron ulit matatanggal sa index at may madadagdag ba sa mga stocks na to. So if you haven't watched my other videos talking about specific stocks, click towards the right, and mga videos ko with regards to stock market lessons, you can click towards the bottom right. And if you've learned a lot from this video, make sure to click that like button and subscribe sa channel na to so you'll get updated sa mga future videos na i-upload ko pa.